going to bring it down the home stretch here, this last section. What I want to talk about is that blogging is one element of a total content campaign strategy, a marketing campaign strategy. It's one piece. Let me repeat that. Blogging is one piece of a marketing campaign strategy. There are two important tactics to a complete or comprehensive content campaign strategy. The first one is, here's the campaign. Here are 6 elements of a highly successful campaign. It starts with blogging, and then using this funnel as a visual, as an action sequence of what we want to do with the intention of our writing, is we actually want to bring people into our company. We call them visitors, and visitors are attracted to successful blogs, right? So they're now into your arena, they're into your website. What do we want to do with them? We want them to engage with our website further. So remember those calls to actions I talked about? That gets them engaged by moving them to a landing page. Let me show you an example of that. This is the end of a blog article. And related to that blog article was an offer for a do-it-yourself guide to that marketing automation software called HubSpot. So people might be interested in that and click on that button in that offer, and they'd be taken to a thing called a landing page. And that's an element of a content marketing campaign, is a way to capture a lead. And this is what it looks like. Typically you see forms on a landing page, and that's simply an exchange. An exchange for you giving away a free ebook or a discount code or something of value. The reader is going to give you their contact information. And it's done in a simple form. In fact, here's a tip. The simpler the form, the fewer the fields, the more likely they are to fill it out. So try to keep your forms not complex but simple and easy to fill out. After that form is filled out, they get immediately that thing they were looking for. It's downloadable, or it's a code, or it's something of value immediately. And you get the contact, you get the lead, so that you can market to them forever and a day into the future. I'm going to go back a couple slides here to the other elements of that content campaign that are critical for a successful content campaign. Now that they've gone through this landing page and they've become a lead, the thing to do is to segment those leads. They came to that for a reason. Either they wanted to subscribe to the blog, or they wanted to get more information about product X, or they wanted to read further about something they were just reading about. Whatever the case is, now you have some behavioral data on that lead. But the key is to segment those leads into those behaviors or into specific categories. Maybe a lead has visited your website several times and downloaded a number of forms, so they get put into this category. And the key is to message or communicate to those leads specifically as to what category they're in. Talk to them very specifically about what they're interested in, and that's why you would segment leads. And the way to talk to them efficiently, we've found, is to use automated email nurturing, called in the old world drip campaigns or drip emails, or email nurturing campaigns. Simply, they are follow-up emails that get automatically sent out based on the lead segments that you created that message these leads in very particular ways according to what they were looking for. And it's an easy way and a known way, a proven way, to warm up these leads to become more likely customers or more likely engagements with you. And that's what a successful content marketing campaign does, is it flows through these 6 steps, and it takes a visitor who's sort of interested in what you're offering and creates a lead forever for you, and then warms them up to become a more likely customer because you were speaking back to them, in this case through emails, in a language that they wanted to hear you. So, in short, that's a tactic, a complete content marketing campaign that takes blogging to the next level. Let me jump ahead a bit. The second thing, and this one's most overlooked, I think, is measurement. How do we know if our blogging efforts are even successful? We won't know unless we're measuring, right? We won't know unless we're looking at data or we're trying to figure out, hey, did that blog work better than the other one I wrote last week? like Ron and Matthew said, we use a marketing automation software. You can use almost any kind of tool. You could even use Google. But what I'm encouraging is that you measure, that you look into the data to figure out which blogs are working better and why. So, what blog measurements should we be using? Are any of you currently measuring your blogs in any capacity? Yes, what are you measuring? What type of metric are you looking at?
Unique visitors, returning visitors.
Visitors, okay. So unique or returning. Source. Where did they come from? Is that right? Or how they found out about it?
Bounce rate and conversion rate?
That's two different things. Bounce rate. Did they come and leave immediately, or did they stay? And conversion rate. That's a good one. Conversion rate means did they take the next step? Did they get engaged? So those are some measures or metrics that we could look at. Those are great. Several of them I use. In fact, I'm going to give you 4 that I think are probably the most vital. Please work. I don't want to go backwards. Sorry about that. Want to take over? Thanks for coming to the rescue as always. Go forward to, yeah. These are the 4 that I think are probably the most actionable. They're probably the easiest ones to understand. The first is, if a blog is viewed, if it has a lot of page views, I think she mentioned that, then that's an indicator that it's highly interesting and it's probably a popular topic for searchers and for readers. If something is highly viewed, go ahead and write more content like that, or explore that topic even further. Maybe make a series about it. So look at your blog views and then look at the very top ones and write more content like that. The second one, this gentleman mentioned, is conversions. We can look at a conversion rate. Some of the software packages actually allow you to look at, did that blog cause someone to take the next step, to click that button or to go deeper? So look at conversion rate. And how that's different is, sometimes blogs may be highly viewed, but there's no action taken. People just read it and leave. However, even a less viewed blog can be highly converting and can actually cause more engagement and be very successful. So if a blog is highly converting, has a high conversion rate, consider writing more content like that. The third is, Matthew touched on this and Ron did too, is comments and shares. Whether there's comments left at the end of the blog and how many comments and the quality of the comments will suggest, hey, that's good stuff. That really resonated. And shares. Do you have the ability to easily share that post? Are there icons there for you to share that outside? And what are the numbers of the shares? Are they high? Are they sharing to certain platforms? Believe it or not, those shares are good indicators for search engines that this is popular content and will actually help that material rank higher in search engines, and will make it easier for people to find because they're finding it on other platforms. So another measure I look at is the comments and shares. And the last one is, does the content itself, is it so compelling that it attracts links to it from other websites and other bloggers? If over time you're attracting organic links from other sources, then you know that content is valuable. And that's besides being a great authority measure for search engines to award your content, it's also great to know that, hey, I can actually reach out to those that are blogging or linking to this and talk to them about what kind of content could I create where they would continue to link to it. So those are measures that I use, and I use the clues from those measurements to continue to write more content that fit into those success measures.